Russia has released previously classified footage of the world's largest nuclear explosion ever caught on camera. Of course, when the Soviet Union detonated the so-called Tsar bomb almost 60 years ago. The hydrogen bomb, which carried the force of 50 million tons of conventional explosives, was detonated in a test on October 1961 above the Arctic Circle. The footage shows an immense fireball and a 60-kilometer high mushroom cloud rising after the explosion lit up the sky. The views were captured from several angles by cameras installed on and around on board two Soviet aircrafts. Guys, this is an immense explosion. Guys, this just shows again that Russia's got immense power behind them, and you mustn't take it up lightly. You just look at this explosion. I've never seen an explosion this big in my life before. So if Russia starts threatening with nuclear, I think we must listen up. Check out this clip and let me know what you guys think of it.
Novaya Zemlya, a sparsely populated area in the Barents Sea. The pilot brought his Bear bomber to Metyushka Bay, a Soviet testing range at a height of 34,000 feet. Following him was another modified Tu-16 to film the blast that would make history. The massive bomb was attached to a parachute, meant to delay its fall and the detonation, an attempt to give the pilot enough time to fly out of range. Even so, the chances of survival for this Soviet crew were grim. The odds were only 50% that they would live. They reached their destination, opened the locks, and dropped their deadly cargo. At 11:32 a.m. Moscow time, the bomb exploded. It created a fireball 8 kilometers wide. The explosion produced about 57,000 kilotons of energy. It was so intense that the flash could be seen from 1,000 kilometers away. Severny, an uninhabited village 55 kilometers from ground zero, was leveled. All buildings within this radius were completely destroyed. Windows within hundreds of kilometers were broken. The bomb was detonated 4 kilometers above the ground to minimize radioactive fallout, but even then, the ground below the explosion was incinerated by the intense heat. The rocks turned to ash. The plumes kept rising until they reached nearly 65 kilometers high. The shock wave generated after the explosion was so big that it traveled 3 times around the Earth. On the ground, the heat from the explosion was so much that even 100 kilometers away from the blast site, it would have caused third-degree burns. And although the warhead was detonated miles above the ground, it generated a strong seismic wave with a magnitude of over 5. A Soviet cameraman described the explosion like this.
The clouds beneath the aircraft and in the distance were lit up by the powerful flash. The sea of light spread under the hatch, and even clouds began to glow and became transparent. At that moment, our aircraft emerged from between 2 cloud layers, and down below in the gap, a huge bright orange ball was emerging. The ball was powerful and arrogant like Jupiter. Slowly and silently, it crept upwards. Having broken through the thick layer of clouds, it kept growing. It seemed to suck the whole earth into it. The spectacle was fantastic, unreal, supernatural.
The bomb was 8 meters long, had a diameter of nearly 2.6 meters and weighed more than 27 tons, the weight of 5 elephants. It was so big, it couldn't even fit in the internal bay of the huge plane that flew it to the test site. And the scale of its power was staggering.
First in a test in the United States, New Mexico.
It was 2,000 times more powerful than the American bomb dropped on Nagasaki. 10 times the total firepower used in the entire Second World War. Little Boy was 15 kilotons of TNT. The Tsar bomber was equivalent to 58 megatons of TNT.